Ben speaking to the great and the good of entertainment and music over the lockdown period. I'm delighted to have online now a gentleman whom I know from the London Irish music scene. He's originally hails from County Wexford. Did his first appearance at the tender age of 11 in music in County Kilkenny, and he got his first guitar from a cousin, and her brother was actually killed in a motorcycle accident, and he got his first taste of American country music in Duncannon at the age of 13 as a man befriended him in a local pub and shop where he had his first job, and he was sailing on cruise ships and had a large collection of reel-to-reel tapes from his trips, people such as Jim Reeves, Charlie Pride, Hank Snow, and he had unlimited use on his headphones and was in heaven. That's how it all started. Well known as in playing in London with a duo Statebound. I'm delighted to say a big hello to Pat C. Hayes. Pat, how are you?
Hello, Jerry. I'm good, thanks. And you?
Not bad at all, Pat. Not bad at all. Pat, you've been a long time in music. It had a huge influence on you back in your tender years.
Yes, probably maybe too much sometimes, Jerry. It held me back from maybe doing other things, and I sort of it gave me a lot of it made me happy in a lot of ways, I suppose, and it made a living for me mostly at the time, and it stopped me maybe doing other things a little bit. But look, it was great. I loved it. Excellent.
You're still continuing it on to this day. Now you joined your first band. Yeah, you joined your first band in 1977. Together with the bass player Paddy Ryan and the guitar player was Eddie Long, and you played local pubs at that stage.
Yes, we did indeed. June 77, yeah.
Right. Now you moved to London in January of 1986.
We did. I moved there, Jerry, and it was a big freeze. If you remember, you were probably there at the time, but there was a massive freeze on, and there was no work or anything. London was frozen over. Not a massive big pile of snow, but it was frozen over for a number of weeks. It was in 86, and I landed in Dulwich. I was in Dulwich, and a friend just gave me a room, and we had no heating in the room. The heating was out, everything was out, but we survived the honey for, I think it was something like maybe 6 weeks of rent before we got working or back, got a job or anything.
That was something else. That lots
of tins of sardines and kebabs and.
Yes. No, you stayed in London until 1999, and then you returned back to Wexford.
Yes, my marriage kind of broke down, and we got divorced, and I moved back here. 99. Then by October 99, I was over and back a bit, and I got a gig with Larry Cunningham. Larry's band was going off the road, and I'd known Larry from London, and he kind of asked me to put a band together for a few nights. And so it turned into about 2003 with Larry, and we had a good little spin. But we were his last road band, and after that he just did spots and things, which of course suited him better,
Indeed, yes.
Easier for Larry in his older years, yeah.
Indeed. So, and then you were after that. Then you were part of a duo.
Yeah, we did a duo for a while. One of the lads from the band, we did a duo, and then that sort of got quiet as well. It's just music in pubs that has been getting quieter for a long time. So then I just formed a one-man band with some tracks about 6 years ago, probably. That was, I suppose, the best thing I'd done, really. I could do my own, every call I wanted, more or less, and I could take a booking on the spot if somebody rang, and I could probably, it was easier to book me, cheaper to book me and things, and so it worked out fairly good up until this pandemic was going okay.
Right, indeed, yeah. You're a busy lad. You're playing generally around the southeast area of Ireland, isn't that right?
Yes, about an hour from home roughly. I would go, the last while. So that was, but it was enough for me. It was enough.
Indeed. You've been a long time in. You were still in demand. It's quite amazing that you could never at the start of the year have foresaw something like this happening, and every single musician doing absolutely nothing.
Hard to believe. We had a good thing planned. We were just with my second wife. We were just mortgage free there last year, and we planned a big year this year. We had a big holiday last year, luckily enough, but we had a big year planned for holidays and things here. But now we're going to sit tight and sit at home by the looks of it, like everybody.
Indeed, so it'll be a holiday sort of in your own garden by the way things are looking at the moment.
It will, but look, I suppose for the beholder, it doesn't bother us so much as younger people go to be what. We sort of had our run of everything, I suppose, to a degree.
Indeed. What have you been doing since the lockdown?
Since the lockdown, I was involved in the motor trade as well, kind of all my life, Jerry. I kind of dabble a bit in the motor trade and different things, and but I sort of at that, and I had some stuff that was coming in on trade-ins was lying about for it, so I'm tidying them up here. That's what I'm sort of doing, getting through NCTs and things, and I'm sort of doing the house and the garden and things that should have been done 10 years ago maybe. So that's basically the biggest part of what I'm doing.
Right. Have you done any Facebook Lives or anything like that?
I've done two, yeah. I've done a couple, but then I just I kind of felt compelled to do them, even though I didn't have to do them. But then you wouldn't be informed sometimes and things, and I didn't. So look, I will do some more. I enjoyed them enough, yeah. But there's lots I had done. I didn't want to be clashing with other people, sort of either. And I tried to do them maybe not. I'm one thing I used to do some. Everybody's on the weekend, and people can't watch everybody. It's impossible.
Indeed, that's the thing. And I must say that the reaction to the Facebook Lives from the various artists all around the country, the viewing figures have been absolutely huge.
Oh yes, people loved it, and they really enjoyed it. And people actually, a lot of people love music, and they wouldn't go to a pub if there wasn't music in it, really, and it creates an atmosphere. And they do really love music, I suppose, Irish people, and they love dancing. Now, I don't do the dancing, but I see how they love it so much. They really love dancing.
Definitely. And your main love and the biggest influence you've got is, you're a big fan of American country.
The old American, I love, up to about mid-80s maybe, the older stuff. Yeah, I love all the older stuff.
Like George Jones, Merle Haggard, Buck Owens.
Yeah, Haggard and Hank Snow and Charlie Pride and Mel Street and Webb Pierce, all them, back as far as Jimmy Rogers. Even I love Hank, back that far ago.
Right.
Yeah, look, I don't like the newer Rocky. Some of them are great. They're all very talented people, but it's not country music to me.
Yes, it's not. It's definitely a very, very different style. The modern
it is, yeah.
American country definitely
There's
is.
nothing wrong with it. I'm not saying it's not good or it's not bad. I'm not saying they're talented people, but as the style has been lost to me. I know you have to move on, but I believe if you're playing a country show, you should include at least one Hank Williams song in your show. I think you're playing real country music. Still.
Yes.
For what he done, he died at 29. He wrote over 500 songs. You still hear him every day. So
it's an amazing
stuff that he left behind. Yeah.
An amazing talent. It really is amazing talent. One often wonders, what actually would have happened had he remained around for another few years.
Yes, it's unreal. It's a big lot of stuff, isn't it? Over 500. And as I said, every pub you'll go into, most places, if it's touching on country at all, you will hear a Hank song for sure, guaranteed.
Yes, amazing. Amazing.
Will, yeah.
Absolutely amazing. Pat, listen, it's been lovely to catch up with you. I remember your days of playing in London, and you went down an absolute storm. And listen, I'm delighted that you're still doing it, and you'll be back in action as soon as it's safe to do so. So Pat, listen, lovely to catch up with you again.
You too, Jerry, and it's great. I remember your shows too. I remember even your live show. I think we met you in the Halfway House a few times, Ealing, and I used to go sleep to your Spectrum radio late Sunday nights, actually, after coming in from playing. I used to do, I think it was the Arsenal Tavern we used to do Sunday night, and it's come in, and you'd be on Spectrum radio. I managed the night to put me to sleep. Lullabies from Jerry. Yes. The only bit of Irish we would get, it was very, as you know yourself, it was scarce. It was only 1 hour slot, was it, or less? It was
2 hours. That's right. Those were back in the days.
Yeah, it was, and that was for the week. I think only about twice a week, maybe. So we were starved of something like that. So the show you do now is great, Jerry, and it's great. You put out a great sound, a great show, and it's daily you do, is it?
It is, yes.
I mean, there's more singers, more people recording than ever, but there's more radio stations. So it's really good for the punters and the listeners. It's really good time for them.
Lovely. Pat, thanks a million. Appreciate it for that.
Thank you, Jerry, and keep doing the good work.